Hey, what's up guys? The Surgeon's back again with another episode. It's been a while and it feels really good to be back in the lab. I know things right now are pretty crazy with this corona deal going on. I hope you guys are all staying safe out there during these tough times. If this is your first time here and you guys enjoy all things repair and tech related, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and smack the bell so you're notified on our latest videos. And if you guys like, feel free to follow us on our social media platforms found below. If you guys need a repair or have any questions, feel free to reach us by visiting www.mrphonedoctor.com. So today we were actually able to get our hands on an iPhone 11 Pro Max screen. As you guys know, the screen replacements on these devices are very expensive. Now, since most of the technology has gone to AMOLED, the prices have skyrocketed for these types of repairs. Luckily, we are able to repair these at a fraction of the cost that other repair companies are charging you guys, simply by just replacing the part that is broken, which is the front glass. Front glass replacements is our niche. That is what we specialize in. So whether you have a Samsung or an Apple AMOLED device, feel free to reach out to us. Please keep in mind this video is not a DIY or a tutorial. It has taken us many years of training and crafting to understand the technology on these AMOLEDs and be able to do these types of repairs successfully. If you guys are wanting to start a repair business and offer these types of services, feel free to check out our courses, which we have uploaded to podia.com. I'll leave a link down below, so if you guys are interested, feel free to click on that. So let's go ahead and step back in the lab and let's get this sucker dissected. So today we're actually going to be working on this iPhone 11 Pro Max. You can see that it's got some pretty heavy damage up on top here. Impact wrench ended up falling on this one. Good thing is it didn't fall in the middle of the display, otherwise I think that would have killed it. So I just want to show you guys here that everything is fully working and responsive. You can see right there that little chingazo that it took. These are such sexy phones, but the thing is, these displays, you know, you're going to be out $300, $400. That's what most repair shops are going to charge you to fix this. So doing it this method, you're actually going to save quite a bit. So if you guys do need 11 Pro or Pro Max screen repaired, let us know. We're more than happy to help you out. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and dig into this bad boy. Alright, the phone is nice and toasty. I'm going to go and first off begin removing the small parts, such as the camera lens holder here. Once we get that removed, I'll go ahead and remove the framing bezel that holds the glass and AMOLED into place. So you can see here's the frame, all the glue that runs down here near the flex, and it looks like Apple created a little lip right on here. Those dang guys trying to keep us from going in there and removing. So another little obstacle for us, but we just got to be careful with these lips. It looks like it's got a couple grounding points too, so it may not be to keep us out. It may have something to do with the grounding of the screen on the device, because I see some copper here and up on top here. So just wanted to point that out for you guys. You can see the touch is muy bonito. That's how we want to see it. So our next step is, of course, we're going to need to remove the glass. And since this one has a lot of little shards, what we need to do is we're going to need to put a layer of tape on here. With the layer of tape, what that does is it keeps all these shards in place. Because the last thing we want is for these shards to come off when we're cutting it, and then we're ending up with, you know, glass here and the heating vacuum plate is not grabbing because all this has fallen off. And it just keeps everything secure, so you're less likely to have any glass go in and damage. So one key tip, guys. I do go over in detail on all my training videos, and I do have different angles to show you guys on the Samsungs. So, but let's go ahead and let's boot this bad boy down, and let's begin the glass separation. Alright, we have skinned the cat. Take a look at how beautiful she came out. And these seem a lot thinner. They're actually, it was starting to curve up on us. So they're getting a little bit thinner in design. But let's go ahead and give it a test. If you guys are new to our videos, just a fair warning, we do test after every step. We do like to make sure that everything is going smoothly, and tests just help us minimize any kind of error, and helps us find the error if there were any errors during the removal process or whatever process we're working on. You always want to be careful when you're handling these when they're bare naked. Any wrong move or force down here near this flex area, game over. But you guys can see touch and everything's working fine. I'm gonna add a little bit of solution on here, just so you can see the touch is responding well. Oh, may give it on a few areas, but it's because the liquid is pressing down. But it's just a little quirky just because of the solution that's on it, and it doesn't want to pick up, but it's good. Once we get it nice and clean, you'll be able to see that it just runs smoothly. Everything runs smooth. But it's just tacky, and this liquid is just causing a little irrational ghost touching. But alright, the screen feels nice and toasty. We can go ahead and move forward and start the OCA removal. Let's just give it a test. Make sure that the OCA removal process was successful. Alrighty, she's plugged in. Give her a boot. Highway. And don't throw your screens like that, guys. Fucking thumb almost chucked the screen across the room. Gotta be very gentle. These are delicate. Would have been a $300 mistake right there. Just trying to get this in frame for you guys to see, but you can see that the touch is working. It's working a lot smoother as well now that we got the majority of the glue off. Once we get all the final glue off, this sucker is going to be running nice and smooth. Let's go ahead and move forward and get the rest of this little residue that was stuck on here. We're going to use our little sponja and our special liquid solution. Put a little squirt on here and just gently work off all these little streaks. Everything looks nice and pretty. I'm going to analyze it, make sure there is no other residue down near the flex or on the edges. But she's looking beautiful. So let's go ahead and do another touch test. There we go. So she's nice and clean. Touch is perfect. So you see, guys, if you do notice that it's a little glitchy after you get the glass off, it's just due to the oca. You know, your fingers get stuck to the oca and it just causes the touch to skip. But now that you see that it's nice and clean, she's running cherry. All points are on mark. So we are safe to move over to the next step, which is going to be the lamination of the glass. Alright guys, welcome back to the laminating station. We're going to go ahead and proceed and begin laminating the OCA glass onto the AMOLED display on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now the good thing is we actually got all our glass pre-installed with the OCA, so that's one less step we have to do. All we got to do is just reveal this OCA and laminate it onto the AMOLED. So saved us a few little steps, but every little bit counts. Good, everything looks beautiful. Let's reveal. Set this on. And that looks good. Let's set this bad boy in here. And hit puree. So we'll let this squash at 0.2 pressure. It takes about 1.5 minutes. Once it's done, we'll go ahead and reveal. The laminating has finished. Let's go ahead and reveal. Looks pretty. Pretty. All right, so here's the final reveal. You can see that the touch and everything is fully working in every spot. We did have a few little bubbles, actually just one large bubble down here on the bottom. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and use our special little autoclave machine, and that'll relieve that issue. So I'm going to pan over here and show you guys how we install it on the autoclave, and then we'll go forward from there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put this AMOLED inside our autoclave machine just for a few minutes so we can go ahead and resolve this little issue down here that we see. So we'll put this in here for, I'd say, about 3 minutes. Once this is done, we'll go ahead and do the reveal touch test, and then we will apply the mid-frame bezel so that we can get a good hold onto the actual device. Alright, the autoclave process has finished. Let's go ahead and reveal. Make sure that it was able to remove all the bubbles, or should I say the one large bubble that was down on the bottom near the flex. And there she is. But you can see everything here is perfect. So let's go ahead and give it a test. Make sure that everything is fully working. All right, and there she is. You can see the finished repair. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. Just so you have a nice clear view. See, look how pretty she came out. We'll test the touch. Touch is fully responding. So this is going good. But this is not the final step. We have one more step which can be very critical because we'll have to attach the frame, and attaching the frame you got to get in just perfectly down here. Make sure that you don't hit the flex and cause any kind of lines or anything like that. But overall, we've gotten this far, so let's go and get this completed. All right, so here's the mid-frame bezel that we're going to apply onto the AMOLED display. We're going to use a cold press glue to go ahead and go around all the edges and make sure that it gets a nice, strong, firm hold, and that way you don't have any peeling up or anything like that after time. And we can go in and apply the AMOLED inside here. Now the key is you want to make sure that you go in at an angle. You don't want to go straight in because you have this flex here down in the bottom. It needs to sit in this little area down here. So I'm going to go ahead and gently work this in there. And I'm not going to do a touch test. I'm just going to do a boot up test just to make sure that we didn't get any lines when I applied the lower frame, the bezel, and there. So she's good. Apple booted up perfect. There's no vertical lines, so that means we were clear down here, and this sit perfectly. So we'll go ahead and set this in here. Set it in its little coffin. We'll let this sit for a good, I'd say 2 hours. We'll reveal it and we'll do a nice clean on it, and that's gonna be pretty much our video. So let's set this down here for a few and we'll cut back once we're ready to reveal. Alright, the time has passed. Let's go ahead and reveal the finished product. Now there is going to be a little excess of glue on here, which we can clean no problem. Or you can see it's a little grimy, but this can all be polished off. Just got a little dirty for me applying the cold press on here. But I'm going to examine, make sure everything looks nice and solid. Which she looks great. It's beautiful. Everything sits nice and flush. Let's go ahead and get my little towel here and we'll give it a cleaning. And once again, guys, if you guys are enjoying our videos, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, smack the bell so you're notified on our videos. We are going to be coming out with some more videos. I'm finishing up some Note 10 vids. We're going to be breaking some AMOLEDs just so you guys can see the resilience on them and how to handle them, what to do, what not to do. But if you guys notice here, everything is flawless. Minus that Face ID error that we're getting, but that's just because the front ear speaker is not picked up. So since it's not picking up, it's going to give us that error. But this is a finished solid repair, guys. Once again, thanks again. I hope you guys are doing great out there. Reach out to us if you need any screen repairs. We're here to help. Have a good afternoon, day, morning, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.